Right, folks, so as most of you are aware, certainly on turreted tanks, roughly in the middle of the turret, okay, up here you have a spotting position, right? And that is where you spot the enemy tanks. However, I'd completely forgotten, I admit, I'd totally forgotten. On the front of the gun mantlet, you have a second spotting position. Alright? Now, I'd totally forgotten about this, but when we were talking about it the other night, some people said that the one on the mantlet can only see forwards from the tank. And somebody else says no, it can see 180 degree view, so basically across here, everything around here it can see, but anything behind it can't. And somebody else said no, it's 360 degrees in all directions, including up, down, left, right, and everything. Okay, so that was the first part of the conversation. The other part is, from that position, is the tank invisible? Now, according to Wargaming's website and their video that they produced, as far as spotting is concerned, all tanks are transparent. So I thought I'd try it, because there was somebody in World of Tanks Discord who said that they weren't even convinced that that position was even there. So yeah, okay, let's give it a go. This is what we did. Okay, so first of all, I need to get a tank on its side. That's why I'm doing this. So we're going to put the pattern onto its side and then push it into position. Now, the spot where I'm going to take it is just here, where there is a very thin wall. It's a destructible wall, but it's a very thin wall, which will help with demonstrating exactly how the two spotting points work. Okay, the video is speeded up on this bit. I didn't think you'd want to spend 5 minutes watching me push a blooming tank across the map. Now, the reason that we put the tank on its side is because I wanted to prove that you can spot through a tank. You can spot through your own tank. Positive says the good players exploit these mechanics to do high damage. Yeah. Well, more to the point, it's so that they can spot without being spotted. Anyway, what I'm doing here, I'm positioning the tank against the walls so that the spotting point in the middle of the turret is behind the wall, and the spotting point on the gun mantlet is not behind the wall. Okay, so I'm just trying to get it in a good position so that we can demonstrate this very easily. Right, so as you can see, the middle of the turret is tucked behind the wall, but the gun mantlet just there is poking out from the edge of the wall. Here we go, look. Okay, so assuming that on this tank the spotting point is somewhere around here, this spotting point won't spot anything until it gets up to about here, but this spotting point should be able to spot when something gets to about there. Okay. Now, in the bottom screen you can see that I'm driving up, and there you go, I'm spotted. And it's roughly even. There's 4 bits of fence here, And you can see the front of my tank is just by this centre post. Okay, so that's with the the turret pointing forwards. So this is the gun mantlet spotting position, spotting me.
5-minute warning.
I'm not quite sure why I stopped there for some reason. I must have been checking on something. Right, but notice that the gun mantlet and the top of the turret are on the opposite side of the tank, and yet he's still spotting me. So that proves that the spotting mechanics work through tanks. And there we go. Same position. The front of my tank was level with this centre post just here. Okay. So now I pull back a little bit, and I'm going to change the position of the turret. I'm going to turn it round 180 degrees. So now this spotting position won't spot anything until it's sort of right the way up here. Now it's going to be the middle spotting position on the top of the turret, which should spot me somewhere around here. As you can see, I've moved up a lot farther and still not been spotted. And you'll see it appear just here when I do get spotted. There you go. So that is the middle of the turret spotting me that way, but the gun mantlet can't see me because it's now behind the wall. Yeah, I'm just backing up so that I can just do that again. So it's basically we're just going to see the same thing again, but it's just a double check. I got spotted there because the spotting point on the mantlet went above the level of the wall and could then spot me as I was turning the turret. Now it's below the level of the wall again. Here I'm going forwards again in the other tank. These are both me, by the way. I logged in on 2 accounts. Right, so he should spot me. There's the middle post, so it's roughly there. That line there is where he should spot me. There you go. Again, level with the same post. Spotted me. Turn the turret around again. And now that spotting position is behind the wall, you'll see me drop off of the radar. So now this one is the furthest forwards. This position just here.
One minute remains.
There you go, I go a lot further forwards without him spotting me. Simply because his gun was pointing the opposite direction. So there you go, that is the 2 spotting points on the that you get on the tanks. As we were saying earlier, I've got no idea where the actual spotting points are on non-turreted tanks. Probably similar positions, but somebody said earlier that they think that the position varies a little bit between different tanks. Anyway, there you go. I hope that demonstrated it for you. And if you like the video, then please consider giving my Twitch channel a follow.